How do we get this? What is this? How does this happen? Do we just wake up feeling motivated? By show of hands, how many people find it hard to get out of bed sometimes? Okay. How many people find it hard to attend your classes? Go to work when you have to? Exercise. See, one thing that I'm noticing a lot when people want to get things done, people want to strive towards their goals are, you want to wait until you get this, until you get motivation, right? Hey man, why aren't you working out? I don't feel like working out. Well, what happens, folks, if we keep listening to our feelings? Now, don't get me wrong, I think all in moderation, but what if we only did things when we felt like them? This is an amazing thing. This is very, very, very powerful. However, we must be careful not to rely too much on this. Because sometimes we're sitting there, we're just waiting to get motivated. We're waiting to get inspired, when really all you have to do is just go after it. You have to use application, go for it. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with visualizing. But you know what ends up happening is, people get into this idea of visualization. Oh, I gotta see it, and I gotta think about it and manifest it, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But what happens is, after you've visualized it, after you've had your visions, now you have to bring application to it, right? It's one thing to dream, but if you don't have the discipline to back up those dreams, what's it all for? So don't get me wrong, you should want to be motivated, you should want to be inspired and influenced and want to motivate the people around you. However, please do not wait for it to happen. Please don't just sit there thinking, okay, whenever I feel motivated, that's when I'm going to go out on my run. No, man, do it regardless. Do it regardless of how you feel. Sometimes we sit around waiting for the perfect moment, but guess what? It never arrives. And then what? I think naturally one of the big reasons that people wait and that they're so heavy on this whole visualization thing is because they're afraid to make the first move. Because the good thing with visualizing is I can just sit there and I can think about it. I don't have to actually do anything. I don't have to actually move forward. So what that individual does is once they've done visualizing and they do take that first step forward, it's huge.